Hey there, have you heard of a little thing called indie show pilots? So I made and am still making something of an indie show myself, and I'm gonna talk about how that happened. I say that like it happened to me, like I just got hit in the head with an indie Picture me, like 2 months ago. One might assume that with something as big as a whole indie show, I was somehow struck with sudden artistic inspiration or some great idea. No, I just realized I have free will and could literally just make a show if I wanted to. The real task was trying to figure out what to make it about. Initially, I had really big and ambitious ideas with complicated character designs and backgrounds and full animation, and quickly accepted that I was not there yet. Not to mention that with having ADHD, it would be nigh impossible to get my executive functioning to do anything like that. But it's not like I could make a show with little to no character designs, no backgrounds, and no animation, right? Yeah, that's what I did. And when I first came up with it, it was a really When I first came up with it, it was a really small idea too. It was gonna be a simple, silly show that didn't really amount to anything, and I still think that's really fun. But somewhere between that night and the next day, after I had already decided what I was doing, then I was struck with sudden artistic inspiration, and it was like, BAM! Put these guys in some situations. The thing had plot, emotional weight, and lore. What? I genuinely don't know how it happened, but in a feverish few days of creation, I had the whole story plotted out. It was insane. And there was no need for backgrounds or animations. Oh yeah. Now all I had to do was... If you haven't seen the show I'm referring to, it may surprise you to know that I'm the only person working on it. If you have seen it, I'm sure that's not very surprising. Thankfully, I had already decided to set the expectations low with the title of a low-budget indie show. So I wasn't too worried about the possibility of it being bad, and I just kind of went for it and started production. So let's talk about my process for making each episode, because it's a very normal process. First, I start by copy-pasting the episode idea from Discord into a Google Docs, and then I go back and forth between tabs on my phone until I've scripted the whole episode in Discord. Then I record using my earbud mic in the corner of my closet, split screening between the recording app and Discord, after which I put it in KineMaster and slap a placeholder image in there. Next, I edit the pacing of the audio because I just recorded 3 different characters' lines in the same take. This undoubtedly is my least favorite part. Oh, and then it's time for the music. I usually check how long the scene I'm composing for is, like 40, 60 seconds, and then I find whatever instrument best suits the scene and I fiddle around with it until I've got a nifty groove to build on for however long I need. The OSTs, actually, it's all in a playlist if you want to listen to it. I think it's really cool because the picture for the songs, the picture album thing, is actually the first time I ever drew the characters of the show as they are in the show. I went through like 1 or 2 other ideas beforehand, and that's when I really settled on it. Anyway, after that is the drawing phase, which has been through some phases. For the first episode, I storyboarded it, then animated it based off the storyboards, and I didn't like it. I liked the storyboards way more, so I ended up just straight up using the storyboards in all the other episodes after. In episode 6, which I'm still working on, it's a little different though, just because that method was looking a little crunchy. And after I'm done drawing, then I put all the images in KineMaster, make it match with the audio, draw the thumbnail, and I'm done! Yay! Despite how low budget it is, I have high hopes for it story-wise. And believe it or not, we're already halfway through the show, so that's crazy. Genuinely, thank you so much for the support I've gotten on it so far. It means a lot to me, especially considering how I was content with just posting it to the void. Every comment I get is so special to me, but that's all I got, I think. I'll admit I had no direction for the script and just wrote whatever my little heart desired, so it might not be coherent? I don't know. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day. Bye-bye!